guys, Rupesh here and welcome back to another amazing video. As I have mentioned in the previous video that I like 4 authors, today we are going to do one of them, who is none other than the children's favorite author, Godard. I hope you all have seen the movie of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It is also written by Godard, but today we are not going to do the review of that book. This is the book of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But today we aren't going to do this. Today we are going to do a book of another Godard's awesome book, which is just like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it is Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is about a fox? Everybody will be thinking that, is this about a fox? Yes. So what are you waiting for? Let's begin. So, all the important characters in this book are Burgess, Bones, Bean, and Mr. Fox. These 4 characters are very much important in this book if you are reading this book. Burgess is a opens a farm of chicken. Boone sells ducks and goose, and Bean sells turkeys and sells gallons of apple cider. These 3 farmers are very much rich, and that time there was a house of foxes, and you all know that foxes only eat meat, and that fox takes the food from the farm and come back. Every time he takes the food and come back to his house, and farmers noticed it, so they made a plan and went to the front of house the fox and went into the opposite direction so that the fox couldn't smell them. And that time Mr. Fox came out and sniffed once, and he sniffed again. He knew that there were no farmers, so he started digging. At that time the farmers sprung into action and started shooting everywhere they could see. Poor Mr. Fox lost his tail, and even the farmers were sad as they lost the fox. So, Mr. Fox was slept that night with full of sadness as his stump of the tail was paining, and that time he heard a swishing of shovel, and he thought that there's an idea to escape them, and he started digging. And after digging, the farmers had just dug a hole that they could fit just a car in it, and that time Bean got an idea and he took all the mechanical shovels and dug the mountain, and they made the mountain. As you can see here, the mountain was this much large, but after a while they made like this, and after a while they made like this, and at the end, in the meanwhile of 5 p.m. in the evening, they made like this. They were tired and they thought an idea that we should camp there, and they took all the food they need and started camping, and the foxes were starving. At that time, Mr. Fox got an idea in his mind that we should dig a hole and go to the farm and take the food what we wanted, and go into another farm and take the food what he wanted, and he followed that. And when he went to the 3rd farm, he got his friend Badger. He was also there digging, and he also was in trouble due to the Mr. Fox, and he had more friends, rabbits, weasels, and etc. So Mr. Fox made a plan, and he said, as I have made this trouble by myself, I will tell you to come with me. And Badger was really surprised and very much full of joy that he had hope to eat, and he said, really? Then Mr. Fox said yes, and they went to the 3rd farm and picked up the apple cider from Bean, and they made a grand feast. But alas, these 3 stupid farmers were surrounding the hole which they built, and they thought that when the fox would come and surrender himself. But until I know, they are still waiting. See, in there, they are still waiting till now from that time. Couldn't you imagine how funny this is? I read this book at the age of 11 and I suggest you to please read this awesome book. So please read this book. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe and stay tuned for my next updates. Until then, stay home, stay safe and goodbye.